What up there, YouTube land and all subsequent social media lands? Welcome to an all-new video. This video we're going to be doing a review of a new film that just came out last Friday and is a amazing sequel 36 years in the making, so we're going to get right into that. Before we do that, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss this video and the other videos I put up. And as always, people, if you enjoy my content here on YouTube, definitely check out my other social media platforms such as Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, where I pretty much post on a weekly to daily basis, so definitely check that out. As always, people, let's get right into this! So welcome one and all to an all-new video. So like I was saying before, we're going to be reviewing a film, a sequel 36 years in the making, that is a great film that actually was really enjoyable, surprised me, and honestly I was really shocked at how good it was, you know, being almost 40 years later, them finally doing a sequel to this film. And that of course is the film known as Top Gun Maverick! Oh yeah, Top Gun Maverick, yeah! So Top Gun Maverick, like I said, is a sequel to the film Top Gun that came out in 1986. Had a huge cast back in the original film, you know, great actors, great upcoming actors and actresses that just became pretty big and pretty popular throughout the 80s and the 90s and even into the early 2000s. Now, this film, of course, is a sequel that, you know, a lot of people have been waiting for. They weren't sure if it was ever going to get made, and finally, we got it here in 2022. Now, don't forget, this film actually was filmed back in 2020, or technically 2019, and it actually is 3 years old footage, which, that was another shocker to me at how well it looked, even though it was 3-year-old footage. Now, this film happens to be directed none other by a gentleman that goes by the name of Joseph Kosinski. Oh yeah, Joseph Kosinski. Oh yeah. So Joseph Kosinski, you might recognize as the director of the film Oblivion, which also starred Tom Cruise, and is a huge, like, sci-fi nut type of character, action-packed type of director, who really has a great eye for action, has a really great eye for just films in general, and does a really great job. Now, Kosinski, I thought, did an amazing job with this film. He gave us exactly what I felt was an exact sequel to the 1986 version that, you know, Tony Scott directed. And, you know, I think it was great that he kept almost exactly, it felt the exact same. I really felt like I was watching Top Gun again, but, you know, later on, and like it was actual, like, it was just continuation of the actual story, and I thought that was really well done, and I think Joseph did a great job of bringing that to life and give us a really concise story. Now, another film he actually directed that I really enjoyed and shows his acting, or I should say directing chops, is a great film that came out in 2010, and is also a sequel to a 1982 film called Tron Legacy. Yeah! Tron Legacy. Yeah! Oh my god, this movie is absolutely amazing. If you haven't seen it, you should definitely check it out. It was a really amazing done sequel. Daft Punk provides the music for the film, and overall it just was a really great addition to the also awesome, already great film Tron from 1982. The beautiful part was that, you know, Jeff Bridges came back. He played Clue again. He played his character, you know, that we saw back in 1982 as well. And we got to see kind of like this amazing CGI animation that they did for the time that looked so spot on and so well done. And it just was really enjoyable, and it was just a really great sequel. And I thought Joseph just did a really amazing job making this movie so great and giving us a really fantastic sequel, which once again he proved with doing Top Gun Maverick. And he just really brought a greatness to that story, really advanced what was already, you know, constructed by Disney back in 1982, and really gave us a great conclusion to Jeff Bridges' character story, and bringing in, you know, Garrett Hedlund and, you know, and Olivia Wilde, these two characters that were a really great introduction into this film that provided a really great just addition to that story. Overall, just a really amazingly done film that I thought Joseph did a great job of directing and giving us this another great sequel. If you haven't seen Tron Legacy, definitely check it out. It's worth the watch, people. But overall, I thought he did a great job with Top Gun Maverick. I mean, from the flight scenes, all the flying sequences, to even the dramatic elements, the story itself, the acting, all involved by everyone, was just really sophisticatedly done, and I thought Joseph did a great job of bringing that all to life and giving this, like I said, a really solid sequel that, like I said, I was shocked at how good it was and how much it really was a mimicking of the original film. Really fantastically done. If you haven't seen anything Joseph Kosinski has done, definitely check out Top Gun Maverick. He did a fantastic job directing. So this film has a great ensemble cast of great characters. Like I said, we have a couple returning from the original film. Not very many, but a couple from the original film that returned for this film. We also have newcomers that are new addition and characters that are just great additions to the film as well. And overall, just a great ensemble cast. Now to start us off, of course, is the main guy himself, Mr. Maverick himself, Mr. Tom Cruise! Oh yeah, Tom Cruise, woo, Tom Cruise, yeah! Tom Cruise, this guy is amazing because he does his own stunts in his movies, and he just has really become a solid action star. From his Mission Impossible films to, I mean, even his dramatic roles like Cocktail and All the Right Moves and The Firm and you know Magnolia and stuff like that have just been. He's just a really fun actor who has really brought solid performances. Now, I think his performance in this was really awesome. I thought he was Maverick again to the T. I thought he just extended his character from the original film and gave us a little bit more matured version of it, which was really fun. And overall, I thought he did a really good job. Now, another great film he was in that I think is one of his best films is a great dramatic type of role film that just really works well, has a great cast, and just is a really awesome kind of like courtroom drama type of deal. And that, of course, is a film called A Few Good Men. Yeah! A Few Good Men. Yeah! I thought that was really awesome. It's such a great film. He was so amazing as that character he played in A Few Good Men, bringing that, that lawyer kind of, performance and feeling, and just really felt like he really was a lawyer for the military, basically. And I felt he kind of brought that along with his lawyer performance in the film The Firm, too, as well. I thought he brought that same performance and gave us a really great rendition. Just overall, the whole film is just really amazing and super packed with such great talent from Jack Nicholson, Kevin Bacon, all kinds of different great actors. Demi Moore was in it, and so forth, that just all really, worked really well together and really made Tom a really big powerhouse in that film. If you haven't seen A Few Good Men, definitely check it out. Everything about the film is really fantastic and really well done. But overall, like I said, I was saying before, I thought Tom was really amazing and really great in this film. He really, once again, gave us a more mature version of Maverick that still had that same flair, but at the same time, like I said, because he's aged now, he's a little bit more, mature. But I thought what was interesting a lot about what Tom Cruise did this film, besides producing and besides, doing his own stunts and stuff like that, him getting them to actually use real fighter pilot planes for all the flight simulations in the film was really fantastic and really amazing as well, because all those scenes were so well constructed and looked so amazing and so realistic, and I thought that was really great that Tom was able to get that for this film and giving us the solid sequel. Overall, I thought Tom was really amazing in the film. If you haven't seen Top Gun Maverick and you like Tom Cruise or love Tom Cruise or think he's decent, definitely check him out in this. He was a really solid performance in it. So that brings me to the next actor I'd like to talk about in this film. And that, of course, is the amazing, awesome comedic actor, which I think he's great at comedy. I think he's done a lot more comedy than he's done any other genre, but I think he's just a really great comedic actor. And that is Mr. Glenn Powell! Oh yeah! Glenn Powell! Woo! Glenn Powell! Yeah! Glenn Powell, this guy is awesome. Absolutely love him. He is super hilarious, super fun, but at the same time, he can be such a cool, asshole character, or just a really, kind of dumb character, or he could be very dramatic. I mean, he does such a great job in all the aspects that he performs in the films. But overall, I really enjoyed him in this film. I loved his character, Hangman, who was just a really cool character that, you kind of hate him, but by the time the end of the film, you love him and you think he's great, and he actually comes around and is a really great team player. And overall, just Glenn did a great job of giving this that great kind of like cocky, pretty boy type of character that, his shit don't stink type of deal. And he just did such a great job, and he gives just a really great performance. Now, another show, I should say, that I really enjoyed him in and really showed his comedic chops is a great Fox TV series that was on for 2 seasons. And was a horror, based TV series that he played a great character in it that was super hilarious. And that, of course, is a show called Scream Queens. Yeah! Scream Queens. Yeah. This show was absolutely awesome. If you didn't get a chance to watch it, definitely check it out. You can find it on Vudu. You can buy it, all that kind of cool stuff. But Glenn Powell was so awesome as his character in the show. He was so stinking funny, so hilarious, and overall just was, really showed how comedic he can be. Because his lines and even his performance were on point every time he made a joke or had a line that had a joke in it. Because some of his performances, you're just you can't help but not laugh at every time he says something because he was just so good at it. And this show really shows how great of an actor Glenn Powell is. Like I said, if you haven't seen Scream Queens, definitely give it a try, people. It is worth the watch. But like I said, overall, I really enjoyed Glenn Powell's Hangman. Like I said, I thought he really brought a great characterization to the character. I thought he did a great job of acting as the character, and overall just a really decent performance. If you haven't seen anything Glenn Powell's in, definitely check out Top Gun Maverick for his performance. He was really superb in it. That brings me to the next person I'd like to talk about that was in this film. And that, of course, is the love interest of Mr. Tom Cruise in the film, Mrs. Jennifer Connelly! Oh yeah, Jennifer Connelly! Woo! Jennifer Connelly! Yeah! Oh my god. Huge crush on her. She has always been so gorgeous to me. I think she's an amazing actress. She's awesome. And I just remember loving her in both Rocketeer and in Labyrinth. She was so amazing in both of those. And overall, just a great actress. But Jennifer Connelly, did a pretty decent job in the film. It wasn't a huge part, but overall I thought she did a pretty decent job as the love interest of Tom Cruise in the film. But it was interesting that they have her character be somebody that he's already had a relationship with in the past. We really don't know much about that. We're given little glimpses, kind of like teaser tales of things that they say. But overall, I thought she did a pretty decent job of playing the character, and I did feel her character was very necessary in the film, but overall, I still enjoyed her performance. Now, another great film that she was in that I really enjoyed, and I think is one of her best performances of her career, and is one of my favorite of her career, and I already mentioned the name of this film, but it's such a great film, I can't stop talking about it, and that is, of course, is the 1986 film, The Labyrinth. Yeah, The Labyrinth. Yeah. Directed by the great late Jim Henson and starring the late great David Bowie. Oh my god. She was so awesome as Sarah in that film. Absolutely love her. And think she did a fantastic job of portraying the character, giving us a great performance. I thought that her emotions and her lines and her dialogue and just everything presented in the film was really well done for, at the time for, a 16-year-old. And I thought that she really brought a really greatness to the Sarah character, and you could feel her emotions, and you could feel everything about her character, and I thought that Jim Henson did a great job of drawing that out of Jennifer, giving us this really great performance. If you haven't seen anything Jennifer Connelly has been in, definitely check out Labyrinth for her performance. She was really fantastic. But like I said, overall, I thought she did a decent job in the film. I didn't mind her. I enjoyed her in the film. I didn't think she was necessary for the film, but overall, I thought that she contributed a great part to the cast and was just really enjoyable in the film. If you haven't seen anything Jennifer Connelly has been in, definitely check her out in Top Gun Maverick. She was pretty decent. So it brings me to the last actor I like to talk about that was in this film, and that is none other than the great Iceman himself, Mr. Val Kilmer! Oh yeah, Val Kilmer, woo, Val Kilmer, yeah, Val Kilmer, woohoo, Val Kilmer, oh man. Such a great actor. Very sad over the last few years what has happened to him. Fortunately, losing his voice, having the cancer scare. But overall, he's such a great actor. He has done so many great films, from Heat to, The Saint, I mean, he's been in a lot of great films over the years and just is a fantastic actor, and he's always been enjoyable at anything I've ever seen him in. So it was really great to see him back in this film, have an actual reoccurrence of his Iceman character, have a nice little kind of look and everything in the film. You weren't kind of sure at first if they were actually going to show him. You saw him, he was texting Tom Cruise in the film, but you weren't sure exactly what, everything was going on. But overall, it was great to see him in the film, and I thought he did a really great job with what he was able to do. And I think one great thing about, his performance also in the film, that one scene where he sees Tom Cruise again, and then bringing in the whole cancer scare that he had, that the hug, he said that hug was really genuine when he gave it to Tom Cruise when they filmed that scene, and that it was really a huge, wonderful moment for him because it really helped him remember those good old days and, having such a great, fantastic time filming the original and then getting to film this was really awesome, and he really appreciated being a part of it. And I thought that was a really cool thing, and, if you want to see that article, definitely check it out. You can find it on Facebook. You just look up Val Kilmer, Top Gun Maverick. You can definitely check that out. But another great film that he was in that I think is one of my all-time favorites of his is a 1988 fantasy film that is actually getting a Disney Plus TV series. And that, of course, is a film called Willow. Yeah, Willow. Yeah. Willow is such an amazing film. So well done, so fun, so awesome, and Val Kilmer as Mad Mardigan is so awesome and so much fun and just really enjoyable. I mean, his action sequences were really awesome. Some of his dialogue is super hilarious and fun, and especially when he's under the spell, the love spell, and he's fallen in love with the sorceress, and who happened to be his actual love interest in real life. Just his performance was so on point, hilarious, and so fun, and just super, just cool, and it was a great comedic performance, and I think that we don't get enough of that from him, and he is really good at comedy as well. Just a really great performance by him. If you haven't seen Willow, definitely check it out for Val's performance. He was really amazing in it. But overall, I really enjoyed them bringing him back. I enjoyed him in the film. Thought he was really fantastic, even though he was dealing with what he had, was dealing with at the time. And I thought that it was just a great kind of commencement to Iceman and bringing him back and all this kind of good stuff. And it was just good to see Val Kilmer again because he's so awesome of an actor. If you haven't seen Val Kilmer or anything, definitely check him out on Top Gun Maverick. He was really great. So what is Top Gun Maverick about? Basically, the premise of this film is, once again, we find Maverick, a.k.a. Tom Cruise's character, basically working, of course, still for the Pentagon. Once again, still being a thrill chaser, being in trouble with, the military and stuff like that for things he's doing. And basically, he ending up getting to go back to Top Gun to become an instructor for a special mission. And the rest of the film is basically about him teaching this crew what to do, how to do it to be able to complete this mission, and him actually becoming a part of the mission and dealing with things of the past. It's a really well done film. Really surprisingly was so good. I can't believe, almost a 40-year gap between the films was this great, and still seemed like it was legitimately a sequel just a couple years in the making. Really amazingly done, really fun, really enjoyable. It had a lot of great scenes. I really enjoy quite a few of the scenes throughout the film that were just really fun. You got a great little montage to the first film where it shows all the guys out playing volleyball or at the beach and stuff like that, which is really cool. I mean, some of the flight sequences were really awesome. The maneuvers and stuff that Tom Cruise does in different scenes and stuff like that were really cool. You got a really great ending sequence, showing Tom Cruise and, Miles Teller dealing with the situation they're in. But overall, it just has so many great scenes, so many great things, and just overall was a really fantastically done film. If you have not seen Top Gun Maverick yet, definitely check it out. It's worth the watch. Really amazing. Go see it in theaters now. Really great film. Giant 8 golden movie boxes up on this bad boy. Really worth the watch. Enjoyable. And I'll probably end up adding it to my collection because I was really surprised by it. Definitely surprised. But overall, great film. Check it out. So that's it for this movie review, guys. As always, thank you for watching, thank you for liking, and also thank you for subscribing. And if this is your first time here, or you have been here before, don't forget to check out any of my older, newer videos yet. Or, if you're a huge fan of my channel and want to show support, definitely check out my Patreon page, where I do extras, outtakes, all kinds of cool stuff like that for my patrons who subscribe to my awesome patrons. So definitely check that out. And also, if you're a horror movie fan, definitely check out the Horror Packs link down below, where you get to see amazing horror films for a great low price, right to your door every month. Oh yeah. As always, people, catch you in the next one.